Okay, jumping back in. We have the Scatteryards to do. 135. This is a lot of cycles. Okay, so it's saved when I was here. Yeah, that's their timer. You meet cadets. Bad rolls. The only one we have a positive elements into it. Follow the markers. Every wall of the hub there are scrawled alphanumeric markers that act as signs for shipfitters. If you could understand them. There's something compelling about the layers of scrawled directions in the hub. A complete commitment to informal system. That was a positive, I guess. Okay, the 2 will turn to a 3. Come on. Neutral, I'll take it. No negatives on that. Try it again. I think I might need another day. Okay, another neutral. New location discovered. Nice. Maybe I could find some food or something. Hey, you hear the voice echoing up through the passage. Wait up. I'm glad to see you. Cadet sweeps her hair out from her eyes and then glances up and down the corridor. It's not my kind of station. Spiky hair. Oh yeah, the courier, right. It's been a while. Cadet rolls straight into her complaints. All the yards have their own water and facilities, meaning the hub here is not fit for general use. There's a couple of guest houses, but you would not believe the state of them with all the spacers that stop here for shore leave. She shudders. Ugh. It's like a trucker stop. You don't want to know. Hi, Cadet. Hi, yeah. She blinks at you. Are you even listening? So, get this. Cadet locks her fingers together and stretches her arms. A girl of mine. I said I could. Wait. A girl of mine. I said I could crack anything. She's gone. Not sure what that sentence means. Didn't leave even a note. Ran to Darkside, maybe. Not that I blame her given the state of this place. She looks sideways at the grubby walls. She left her workshop empty, though, so I slipped in. That's where I have been napping. I would have been doing my best all these cycles to crack that drive, but she sighs. I'm a spittlejack, not a data scraper. Well, I'm a data scraper. Isn't that odd? Which is why I'm happy to see you. She takes a breath, telling you I have not spoken to anyone in a long time. She runs a hand through her hair. How about that alert they put up on you? Doesn't seem to stretch that far into the spindle, but I've been careful. She glances around. Hence, I'm not talking to ages in it. Hence the not talking to anyone in ages bit. Look, I'm in over my head here. Cadet looks away, annoyed at herself. How about you come down to the workshop and put our heads together and see what we can pull out? I just know that there's some nasty shit on that drive. Stuff worth getting into the light. Cadet sets her jaw. Nasty enough for them to ruin my life over. I'll be there. Cadet smiles from him, then is gone. Alright then. Workshop is in the tech cluster. You'll see it. She sighs. Now I gotta go find something to eat that isn't dried. She turns away and disappears back down the passageway. Okay, well we found food and drink. Not that I need it right now, but we found a meal if we need it. Yard supply for fuel and supplies. Okay, nice. And there's Cadet's workshop, which we can't really do much right now with. Oh! Break encryption. Okay, yeah, well, I'm good at this. Identify passcodes. You can work out through guesswork and analysis what the passcodes are. You can access the drive. Break encryption. Break encryption directly takes skill, but it's the most direct route to the data. Well, I guess even with a 1, I have a 75% chance of neutral or positive. So come on, my luck would probably be negative, but no, I was actually lucky. Plus on data. Nice. Positive outcome. Okay, well that's the day done. Oh, I do have... Wait, the mushrooms grew again? Oh, so basically whenever I could use the dice just to get mushrooms whenever I need them. Oh, do I want to feed the cat? I probably want to feed the cat. I don't need any fuel. I already stocked up on fuel, so I guess I want money. I guess so. I might as well feed the cat then. I didn't realize those mushrooms just regrow themselves. I guess it makes sense if time passes they just regrow and you could harvest them all at once. Really want to upgrade my engines. I need 3 more. Give me good rolls, please. There we go. I got some good ones. Hey, it wasn't the first one that's having problems this time. What happens if I use a 1 for this? Oh, it's just 50 negative? What happens if it's negative? I'll use a 3. Get a free supply? Oh, I just got energy, so I don't actually get supplies. Interesting. Maybe it's because I didn't have a positive? Okay, well, we have the workshop to do, so I might as well do Intuit just because I want to see what this is. Even though the encryption makes a lot more sense for me. You and Cadet work out a method for automatically eliminating common phrases in the passcode structure, okay? So breaking the data again. Data encryption is not a common one, but you're starting to see the pattern in its code. Cadet is impressed. Well, good thing I'm good at this. Neutral, please. I'll take neutral. There we go. One more day and we've got it. I'm not done with the transit hub, am I? No, not quite. So tomorrow I'll be able to finish that off as well. Shop talk or well Intuit would be best. So I might as well just scavenge the supplies then instead. Hopefully I can get that and not have to buy it. Yes, I got it. A sleeper, Seraphin's voice echoes through the ship. Are you in here? You glide down the airlock, unsure of what you're about to find in your pilot in. What state you're about to find your pilot in. Seraphim floats in the airlock, his arms above his head, gripping the lip of the interior door as he holds himself in place. I'm not trying to do the main quest right now. Come on, we need to talk. There's a straight-faced seriousness to Seraphim you weren't expecting, especially considering that he spent the past 2 cycles with Marco. Okay, let's just follow him. Seraphim leads you across the bridge, but rather than turn away from the automated shuttle bay that connects Marco's yard with the rest of the assembly, he leads you deeper into the guts of the yard itself. As he does, he begins to speak. Told Marco about Lane, better escape, about everything. Seraphim ducks under a large pipe. He gets it. He's worked in Darkside. You trust him? Ah, just let him talk. He comes to a sealed door and hammers in an entry code. Somewhere, the machines start whirring. Remember in the wellspring? After everything, what I said? Seraphim turns to face you. About taking Lane on? Exactly that. Seraphim meets your eye. The door suddenly squeals as the ancient motors kick in to drag across the corroded tracks. It reveals a large, half-lit chamber. Its furthest parts masked in layers of scaffolding and frames, so it's hard to tell where the room actually ends. At the center, there's a pool of warm light. Marco floats beside a terminal screen. Sleeper, he touches the brow in a mock salute as you enter. Been busy plotting what happened to your drinking buddies. I'll say been busy plotting. Seraphim shoots you a look. Just hear Marco outright. You hear the door as you enter through the street shut, and then a silence descends. Sorry to drag you out here, Sleeper, but I really can't be overheard on this one, he sighs. We're close to Darkside here, and Itsubu are having ambitions, shall we say, in the Scatteryards. Finn told me the whole story, and I'm sorry for her troubles. He clasps his hands together. You've done well to evade Lane thus far, but you must understand he's also been distracted. Since Hexport went up, well, Darkseid has been in crisis. If the war was pressure shift that allowed Utsubo to build its strength, Hexport was a breach to blow it open. Marco springs his hands apart. Hexport is their justification for imposing total control in the name of protection. Marco glances away into the dark corner of the room, and if my hunch is right, it's how they will extend their reach to the Scatteryards. Well, Lane distracted is good, but it seems like he's no longer distracted. Yes, it has been so far. Marco frowns, but the tide is shifting, Sleeper, exactly. If Utsubo consolidate their control over Darkseid, their reach will be that all the longer. Marco gives you a serious look. Then there'll really be nowhere to hide. I'm done running, Sleeper, Seraphim cuts in. I hate looking over my shoulder every cycle. I hate the nightmares, the fear. I want to face this head on, for better or worse. He looks away, scowling. I won't be controlled by Lane, and this is our chance to break that control. Lane is hunting you, Sleeper, which means he's not on Darkseid. Marco raises an eyebrow. This is good for you. There are people on Darkseid resisting Utsubo, though I hear it's not going so well for them. If you find them, find out what they need, there's a chance there. Marco pauses, and you get the feeling he's assessing your reaction. Taking action is a choice right now, Sleeper, but soon it won't be. Seraphim glances at Marco. Not if what Marco is telling me is true. Let's do this on our own terms. But I need to do side quests. I only had to come here for parts and stuff. What do we need to do? Seraphim meets her eye with conviction. Thank you, Sleeper. I know we can do this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Marco interrupts. I'll need some time to work this out, which is good because I need time to finish my quests. To be as strong as possible. If you want to go to Darkseid, there's no way you can take that stolen rig. There's a big enough risk to bring it here. He glances at Seraphim, and you get the feeling he's already been reprimanded for this. So, I need you to find a way in and find a way out. Marco rubs his hands together. I know it can be done. Marco turns to you. I recommend you take the next few cycles to prepare. If the Scatteryards are a good place to spend both and make cryo, depending on your need. Who has need to spend it? It's not. I do need engines though, but I can't even use my rig. And Finn, Marco puts a hand on your friend's shoulder. Try to stay cool. This will be recon only. A chance to see what's happening on the dark side and make your connections. It's not the time for grand gestures. Seraphim nods. Thank you, Marco. He glances at you. You'll keep things quiet until you're ready. You and Seraphim leave the hidden bay, and the door is screeching open to allow your exit. When it seals once more, Seraphim turns to you. It's our chance to shift things, Sleeper. Let's keep our heads in the game. Agreed. I'll start preparing by doing exactly what I was doing before I came here. Trying to finish my quests. Seraphim nods. Well, alright then. We should give Marco some time. I've got a few things I want to take care of in the Scatteryards. And I want to get a message to Tella. I know she'll want to hear from me before he trails off. Let's make sure we are ready. Keep your head up, Sleeper. I'll see you on the rig. And with that, Seraphim kicks off down the passage on his way to the shuttle dock. You watch him go, unsure if you're impressed or concerned about his headstrong nature. Either way, things are in motion. The only thing you can do now is give yourself the best chance of success. No kidding, that's what I've been trying to do. But I also have things to finish off here. And other locations. Okay, new location discovered. So I need to finish transit hub. Should 4, I'll use the 4. So I could use the 3 on the other one, it should be fine. Hopefully this is positive. And it's done. Okay, good. New location. Fabricator Bay. Engine component fabricators in the hub are for ship fitters only, so they ask a one-time fee to dissuade casual use. Yes, this is exactly what I was wanting, because I need that's exactly what I need. I need ship components. That's why I came here. Fabricator Bay access. That means now I can access the Fabricator Bay. Build engine components. What do I need? Engineer, which is what I have. Even with a specialized fabricator, component construction is a delicate act. Only the most skilled can produce a rare error-free component. Good thing I went engineer, right? If I didn't go that, I would have been screwed. Component errors. The more errors a component has in its construction, the less valuable it will be. Enough errors and it's worthless. Component craft. Takes time and skill to build engine components. Any errors will impact the outcome. What do I just needed dice. That's all I needed. So the 6 is 100%, and it's completely safe. Well, so much from my other one then. I need to do that twice. Okay, so I don't have to do it all at once, I don't think. Cadet's Workshop, spend the 3. Break encryption, 50-50. At least it'd be neutral. No worries there. Should hopefully be positive if I'm lucky. And finish that off. And yeah, lucky. Dark data, nice. Cadet catches your eye as you look over at her. What is it? She takes the end of the metal chopstick she's been chewing on out of her mouth. Got something? Cadet has given up already for the cycle, and while you're cracking the drive's complex encryption for her friend's workstation, she has been floating in the middle of the small workshop, pinging bits of scrap off the shelving on the wall. Now she spins in the air and pushes off from the ceiling, spinning as she glides, so she lands perfectly behind you, leaning over the terminal screen. As she does, you hit a key, executing the final decryption process. Slick. She goes to ruffle your hair, but you don't have any. Instead, she just wobbles your head playfully. What do we got? With Cadet hanging over your shoulder, you try to concentrate on the data spooling across the screen. The first thing that catches your eye is the steady repetition of CWEXT, identifier for Conway Extractions, behemoth conglomerate currently waging a corporate war with the Senate stat in the inner system. Why Conway? What is this data? You stop the scroll looking for details. Hit that thing. Cadet pokes the screen, making it wobble. You dutifully click. A comment expands in the code. A note left by someone. It mentions tests and protocols, discusses reverse engineering and carrier signals. You close it and find another. Drone latency, another security bypass, one more kill switch. It takes a long time, and you Cadet squinting into the blue screen to build up a picture of what you're looking at. When you're done, both of you sit back, your eyes soar, and your mind's clogged with technical terminology. Blue screen? No wonder why you have a headache. Blue screens are horrible for vision. Shit. Cadet shakes her head. They were just sucking it live. So what were we looking at? Drone latency, kill switch? She's referring to Conway drone mind. The stream of data was scraped from. Okay, so we could hack a drone mind? Huge volumes of internal data, of control systems, protocols, and passphrases. The kind of data you imagine was closely guarded by Conway, kept secret to allow for smooth operation of its drones. Yeah, their drones are their power. They don't have actual people. Conway just sends drones. But if you can take control of their drones, you take their power away from them and they're just done for. And also, we could use them for our own gain, which would be nice. The thing is, this is some kind of general manager riot. Giving orders that all the little drones that work for it? Cadet squints. I always thought Conway controlled his drones remotely with people, with zero latency point interfaces you hear about. From what you know, Cadet is right. Conway is known for their novel solution to the scale and logistical problems of surrogate systems, extraction and security drone ships piloted from light years away with proprietary comms interfaces. But it's not true. Drone mind, this code is scraped from, should be a kind of distributor, a relay for the local drones that links the closely guarded transmitter receiver. But this data suggests otherwise. It suggests an active cognitive process far more complex than any protocol you've heard of. A thinking machine. Look, Cadet jabs at the screen again. Is it that? She squints. See a line of the data stream that reads simply stop, get out, stop, get out, stop, get out, stop, get out. And how do they do this? Cadet leans back. Everyone knows captured Conway drones purge themselves and everything else in the couple of square clicks around them when they're captured. You rip the control at one? Sure, you can disassemble it, but the system will be gone. This one was still running when they took it apart. It should have gone up like a tactical nuke the moment they started it. She stopped suddenly, the fate of Hexport jumping in her mind. Is that what happened? But how'd they get all this? And get it out on a drive? Silence fills the workshop. You look back on the screen, unsure of the answers to Cadet's questions. You feel a deep chill, one that is, has nothing to do with the temperature of the workshop. Who the hell is doing this anyway? Cadet scans the code once more. 50-50? Come on, intuit. Plus, we have a plus on it. Positive, yes. -1 stress. We don't have any stress. You look back over the data, nothing. But the absence of the trail tells you almost as much as an obvious one would. The data is scrubbed clean, not to mention of who was scraping it. But that means more of a professional with access to tools and protocols way beyond of what you'd usually see in the Star Wars belt. An outsider, then. Which outsider would benefit most from knowing the protocols of Conway drones? Who would risk an entire belt station to find them? The simple answer is Occam's razor. Senate Stat did this. Yeah, it was our not-so-friend was Senate Stat, wasn't he? I was trying to find where the Sybil ship was going. Say it out loud and it sounds right. Yeah. That'd be my first guess too, Cadet Jans. That's still a guess. You've been at this too long, Cadet Size. I'm cooked. She pushes away from the terminal and floats into the room, stretching out her aching back. We know they had this drone mine on Hexport. That's where they were cutting it, scraping it. You know something happened, and Hexport went up. She sketches her thoughts in the air and her hand gestures as she summarizes. Data got on the drive, I'm assuming, before the explosion, and then it got to the far spindle. Someone tried to courier it using me, but the receiver wasn't there. She turns and looks at you, which is why they ruined my life and my job trying to get it back. This data is very valuable, that's for sure. Imagine taking control of all those drones, turning them away or towards any target you want. Exactly, that's a lot of power. She floats up to the drive and picks it up. This thing is the only way to buy my life back, Cadet frowns at it. The way I see it, we have to expose these fools so they leave me be, or give them the data so they piss off forever. And what's your plan to do with it? All the roads lead to one direction. I'm afraid. She spins the drive in the air, back home. Hexport. If there's anything to confirm or deny this data, if there's anything to connect it to, if there's anything left at all, it'll be in the remains of that station. I had a feeling it might come to this, so I made some inquiries when I first got here. Word is that the place is irradiated to hell, but I've heard the radiation is fading, and it's not like half the belt isn't glowing anyway. She shrugs grimly. With suits, we'd have maybe a few cycles before it started to leak through. Problem is getting in. She puts the drive back on the desk's magnetic surface. Far spindle is a no. Not only do I not want to get it picked up there, but the debris is denser on that side. No safe way in. Dark side is the best bet. She shakes her head. But I heard you have some trouble waiting for you there. What if I deal with the trouble? Then we'd have a clear shot at it, she shrugs. Easier said than done. This place is one hell of a stowaway spot, shielded from everything. Plus the Scatteryards are no one's territory. I'm gonna leave the drive here. She squints at you, no peeking. But me, I want to keep moving. So I was thinking I could make myself useful till you shake with that trouble and dark side. She smiles. I work for a room and board and all that. Oh, you want to come with me? Yeah, sure. Yeah, she smiles, professionally speaking. What do you say? She folds her arms. You know I'm tough, and I can do plenty besides ride an air bike. We'll pick up all the strays on this ship. I don't know if we'll have a bunk for you, but you're welcome. That's the answer I was looking for. Cadet scans the workshop. I've had enough of the spacer bathrooms for a lifetime. You know, kidding. You can use our ship's bathrooms. They're probably a bit better. Make myself at home on your rig. She picks up the drive and tucks it into a pocket. What are your thoughts on cats, especially space cats? Hopefully you like them. Cadet glances away at the racks on the wall, and you follow her eyes to a spot in the air bike where it was hanging, carefully secured and pristinely kept. Cadet gives you the hard look. Better have room for my bike. Sure, why not? Spindlejack. New ship crew available. I need 2 more points still. Where are my crew listed? I don't think they're on here. Okay, so that's everything done here for now. Except the Fabricator Bay. I need to finish that off. So I need to roll again, spend another day. What is this ticking? Oh, they're still waiting for them? Okay, so... It seems like I can still do stuff after doing that story mission. But do I want to risk it, or do I want to risk leaving? Either way, I make a decision. Do I stick around and do that first? Otherwise, if I go on my own, they might pick us up, and it might just be like a clock that ticks down and I have no control over. If we attack them on our own terms, it's probably going to be better for us, but hopefully that's not the end of the game. Oh, it won't even let... Okay, so I can't even leave anyway. It's going to force me to it. So if I want to do the other stuff, I'll have to wait. I want to be stronger for this part. If I didn't, no matter what, I would have been stuck here. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'll pass them on one more day. Maybe it'll let me leave after a certain amount of time. After this ticks over, who knows? Okay, good rolls. Yeah, I got one more day on that mission. But yeah, we might as well just fabricate stuff. I have a 6, so no problem. No errors, so this is a perfect component. Okay, so that's one engine component down. I need 2 more to go. At least it only takes rolls. If it's positive and neutral, maybe it doesn't have an error, maybe it's only negative. Positive, okay, you look at your work, almost perfect. Keep it up and the component would be error-free. Do I just... What happens if it's not error-free? Just get curious. Positive anyway, so it was fine. Okay, I need one more engine component. We're just getting cryo. You find Seraphim and Marco waiting for you in the hidden room where you met before. They're chatting quietly, the shadows cast across the scaffolding by a small lamp. Sleeper, Marco's got something good. Nods to Marco. Tell him. Marco gives you a nod as you look at him, his mood quiet, conspirational. Conspiration. I don't think I'm able to say that right now. Conspiratorial, there we go. I don't know if it's as good as Finn thinks, but it's an opening. Heard back from a friend of mine who runs a yard on the edge of the cluster, a fair weight out from here, a smart guy. Makes a tidy profit selling off fuel to freight crews on their way to Darkside. He undercuts the Darkside dockyard fuel prices, which include a cut for Utsubo, so they stop off at his place and fill up before heading in. Marco smiles. Clearly, this is his kind of business. This guy, he owes me a favor, so I'm gonna call it in. You can get a few of us onto a freight crew, swap us out from the usuals who stay at his place, and let him have a few drinks on him. The crew, meaning us, be able to deliver freight, complete with a stopover for cargo loading in Darkside, he smiles, which is when you do what you need to do. Sounds like a good plan. I think that's what I was going to guess we were going to do. Sneak in on another ship. We'll have as long as we need, but the more time we spend there, the more likely they'll discover us. Marco looks at you. We'll keep our heads down, sleep and eat on the freighter. Then, once we're done and the freighter is loaded, we take it out again, return to my friend's yard, and swap the crews back. He shrugs, emphasizing simplicity of plan. No one ever knew we were there. See, it's good, Seraphim nods. It'll work, right? Except I'm a sleeper and I can't stand it. And if they check the crew list? What, on the manifest? Not going to happen. And who's to say we aren't the names on that list? This is the belt. Seraphim looks concerned. It's going to be tight, but I reckon you can get what you need in time. Make some connections with whoever is resisting Utsubu. Get an idea of their operation. Look for weaknesses. I have to be quiet, Finn. Marco gives you both a warning. Look, no noise, no attention. This can quickly become a one-way ticket, but it means no bad rolls. Seraphim turns to you. Think you can handle that? Together, we'll get it done. Seraphim and Marco exchange concerned glances. What aren't they telling you? There's one more thing, Sleeper. Seraphim looks down. Someone needs to stay with the rig. Someone who can pilot it if there's any attention on the yard. He meets your eye. It has to be like this, so I'm sorry. I mean, that's you, though. We're going in with you. Marco puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder. I know, dark side. I'll guide you all the way in and all the way out. Though, why do I feel like Marco's not going to be making their way out? There'll be room for one more on the crew. I'll leave that who is up to you. But let me give you some advice. He leans in closer. You better be sure you really trust anybody you take on this one. You look between the two of them. Just you and Marco might be the safer option. Fewer people, less likely to give yourselves away, but then Marco doesn't really keep up his end of the bargain. You'll want all the backup you can get. The other problem is that we have to go right away. You see the rising tension on Marco's face. The freighter's arriving this cycle. Yep, so this is forced mission. Seraphim turns to you. I'm sorry I can't come, Sleeper, but we need to do this now. That's fine. I don't need you, Seraphim. Don't worry, I've got the Seraphim. Seraphim nods. I know you do, Sleeper, I know. I'll be ready for whenever you need. Just give me the word and we'll head out to my friend's yard. Marco sighs. We keep this tight and nothing goes wrong. His words echo in your mind as you leave the hidden room, a creeping doubt settling itself in the pit of your stomach. This is it. Time to go to dark side. New crew available, new contract on map. And yeah, we have to... Might as well try to roll for another engine component. In the meantime, see if I get lucky, and I need to buy some food. I did get an error. Neutral is an error? That's not lucky. Negative outcome, it's failed, so... What did I get? Nothing? Okay, so I'll save that for next time. Hopefully it remembers that. I gotta pause it right away, so I want to keep it. So yeah, using the low rolls first is actually the smarter way of doing it. Because like if I get a negative, it's fine. Doesn't impact me at all. Buy some food. There we go. Make sure we have full energy. And yeah, that's it. We're full up on everything else. Still one engine shy, but at least I can get my engines here. But yeah, Dark Side Recon. We have to do it now, so we're gonna go do it now. It's probably gonna be what I finish off the day because it's going to be pretty long, I imagine. Danger. Ooh, I haven't done a danger in a while. Marco, as a friend, you'll get it. You and your crew on a freighter headed to Dark Side. Once you're there, investigate Utsubo and find a weakness. But we need to stay there for a long enough time to get as much as we can, but not too long to reveal ourselves. No pressure. And who am I going to take? Did I do Bliss's mission yet? Oh, I did Junie's, so... But I don't need... Junie's skills are not really what I need. Who do I trust the most? Cadet? Has engineering and engage. Interesting. Or engineering into it. I do need to engage more, so maybe I need to take Cadet, even though I don't super trust Cadet. I did do Cadet's mission, so... But we're not finished Cadet's mission. But as well, the bike might be a good way to get us in and out quick, if we need to. Oh wait, they could handle so much more stress. So Junie can't actually handle very much stress. I didn't realize that. The rest of them can handle a lot more. I guess it makes sense. Junie's still kind of young. He can't even handle very much stress. That's kind of awful. But he has, okay, so he has engage and intuit. So no matter what, he's going to have something that if I want to take engineering, which is what I usually want to take. But we need endure. If we need endure, we need Junie. Or Eugen, sorry. Junie does not have endure. Junie only has one skill too. Junie's like a must for anybody that doesn't have interface, but we have interface. So no matter what, there's always going to be a skill overlapping. Have I done Bliss's mission? It's like how much. What determines how much they trust me or how much I trust them? Or is that just like a flavor text? I'm not too sure. Because I don't know if I did Bliss's thing. I can't remember what it was. Bliss was our latest edition. Eugen's was the ship that we looked for and we eventually found. That was a long mission. Cadets, we're not done yet because we need to go back to that one location. So we're not actually done it. Bliss's I'm not sure about. Yeah, just take Bliss to be safe. Because Cadets is not done. Probably overthinking this. I think Cadet makes the most sense because I already have Intuit and Engineering myself. So I do need the Engage more than I need Intuit. So I just have to choose based on skills. Hopefully it was just flavor text, but I don't trust it to not just be that. But Cadet, even though we're not done Cadet's mission, I couldn't finish it. I had to meet them here. I couldn't finish it because it won't let me leave. So I'm just going to have to assume that we're in good terms. Pretty sure I'm in good terms with everyone, to be fair, because I'm doing all their stuff as I can. But okay, that's gonna be it. Cadet, confirm. Wish I could take everyone. Why not? Why can't we be like that? Those people that have a whole bunch of people. Why can't we just take everyone and we have all the dice? That'd be easy, but obviously this would be less conspicuous. But we can never take more than 2. It's very sad. I have this huge crew. Might as well be able to use them. Freighter hangs out in the ragged shipyard as a rig idles on the dock. Your eyes trace the fuel lines, snaking up the underside where they disappear into the dark. A chirp from the pilot's console breaks the silence. Marco signals, "This is it, sleeper." Seraphin settles back from the controls in your rig. He looks at his shoulder over you. You better get going. Don't get too bored there, Seraphin. Sitting around, we might need you in a pinch. We probably will. I'll do my best, Seraphin smirks. Hope they have something to drink on the yard. My luck, I'll just be getting rolling 1s straight across the board. You glide towards the back of the cockpit. Seraphin clears his throat. Just don't do anything reckless, alright? As you float down the corridor towards the airlock, Marco comes to meet you. His usual gear, swapped it for a plain set of overalls you can't imagine got are board from the freighter crew. You ready to go, sleeper? The crew we're replacing are already in the yard, so the sooner we get on board, the better. He gives you a look. How are you feeling? Just fine, thanks. Yeah, I'm not confident. Just fine. Marco meets your eye. If you want to do this, we need to trust each other. He pats you on the shoulder as you cross into the airlock. Airlock cycles and Marco leads you into the yard through a series of shadowy passages that connect the 2 darkening bridges. Now's the time, sleeper, Marco says as you work your way through the yard. Any questions, concerns? Speak up now. Will we pass any security checks? Marco shrugs. The freighter is a known ship to Itsubo. It makes the route on a regular basis. They have no reason to suspect it. You reach a vertical tunnel and start ascending. At the docks, probably have to give some sort of enforcers a nod or smile, but that's it. You come out of the entrance to the other docking tunnel, the freighter filling the viewing window, so all you can see is the plates of its scratched hull. Hit the button and open the doors and glide towards the freighter's airlock. As you do, fear settles in. You're going back to Darkside. Darkside sprawls out across the starscape, its surface vast and a random accumulation of structures, lights, and signs. You've watched it as a freighter cut across the belt, as it grew cycle by cycle like a stain across a cockpit glass. Big bays, cramped cabins in the freighter. Watching it approach, the fragmented memories of your time there pass through your mind, each one dissolving the moment you try to focus on it. Only the sensations remain: despair, claustrophobia, fear, all somehow strengthened by the disconnected nature. It's as if, by not being attached to specific memories, they can run free from your mind, as alive as they were in the first moment of a feeling. So I have a feeling like he can still take control of us and try to kill people with our body. We haven't beaten that. Instruction received. Appreciate it. Marco is in the pilot seat, talking to the Port Authority. Incoming into Strat 2-3. It turns back to you, clicking off the outgoing comms channel. First step complete. We got docking approval as expected. He raises his eyebrows, noticing something in your face. Keep it together, alright? I've got this. I'm fine. Good. Turns around back to the controls. Feel a punch in your shoulder, and as you look across the cockpit, you see a grinning cadet. No one's getting near you while I'm here. And we got your fast bike, so I mean, that's useful. This is my kind of place, she stretches. No scrap, no dusty rocks. This is going to be fun. Okay, well, maybe she's the right choice. There's a hollow rumble through the body of the freighter as Marco brings it into the dock. The noises of this draftier, more industrial ship differ from those in your rig. You haven't quite gotten used to them yet. Squawk of noise over the comm sends Marco scrambling at the controls to submit the docking code he was just sent moments before. There's an agonizing wait and then a chirp as the code is accepted. The freighter is docked. Alright, let me go out first. Talk to the dockers, start the unloading. He unclips from his seat, and then you're good to go. Okay, I'll wait. Marco nods. Alright, hold fast. As he glides out of the cockpit, waiting for a response. Without waiting for a response. You hold your nerve, looking back to the flickering lights and distant traffic. The airlock clunks open and closes again. Time drags on. You see your attention to the job ahead, seeing it stretch out in front of you. Darkside seemingly possibly vast. Too vast for a specific person, but just to find a type of person, someone unhappy with Itsobo's gains, ready to risk their life to change this place. And pushed to the point of desperation or anger, that might be a lot more doable. But first, you must understand Itsubo, see how they run the place, where they meet, what they talk about, find out where Itsubo is weakest, find out where they can be broken, and think about the pressure they might be applied, not just by you, but all of Darkside. Cadet floats lazily in the air, spinning a small tool between your fingers. I sure hope Marco hasn't run out on us already, she grins. That'd be really messed up. Isn't that funny? Cadet shrugs and stretches, just filling the silence. The airlock cycles once more, and then moments later, Marco is in the cockpit, sweat beading on his brow. He takes a moment, his mood uncharacteristically flustered. Well, I bent the truth a little back there, but I think we're good. Runs his hand over his hair, slicking it back in place. Luckily, I've had a lot of practice doing lying to dock workers. He gives you a wink. Okay, so it was not as easy as I thought, of course. They'll begin unloading later this cycle. They won't be in a rush, he smiles. We have our time as promised. But the sudden interjection evaporates any relief you're feeling. Itsubo are watching those docks, that I know for sure. For now, we're just another freighter, but coming and going, that could be a problem. Turns to you. We try to disable their monitoring or just get the job done before it becomes an issue. I like disabling their monitoring because I'm hacking. That's what I'm good at. Okay, I'll take a look. Marco nods. I'm sure you will. Well, I just happen to be a hacker. Okay, so either way, we need to get on with what we're doing. Marco folds his arms. Itsubo are everywhere, but we need to understand them to know what is happening inside their organization. We slip under their skin, find a way how they work. Marco looks to you. This is what I recommend. Now, Sleeper, it is your turn to lead. Folds his arms. Tell us where to begin. Feel the attention, the pressure to shift to you. Time to find some allies. Time to find Utsobo's weaknesses. Time to stop running and resist. We got crises. Wow, we've got a lot to do. The rise. Towers. Dock surveillance. Washgate. There's a freighter. What's the washgate? Shore leave. Okay. Dock surveillance. Hack surveillance. Well, look what I'm really good at, though I have pretty bad rolls overall. Cut connections. Fastest way. Okay. And crudest way to disable surveillance is cut wire and goes offline. But which to cut? Well, I already know because I am perfect. Going dark. With Utsubo monitoring the docks, there's only a certain amount of time before they find you, unless you blind them. I definitely want to blind them first. Mapping the connections, it becomes more obvious which cables need to be cut and in what order. That was only a plus plus? Oof. Hack surveillance. Uses the docks layered network with some careful and delicate work. It can be disabled completely. It's only risky, so... But the 2 1s are kind of awful. Please be a positive. Please be positive. And straight off to a 25% negative. Yep, that's my luck. That is my luck right there. I knew it couldn't last forever. Do I re-roll and get more stress? But that's my stress, not Utsubo's stress. I think I do a re-roll, to be honest. Let's do a push. Well, it only gave me 1 roll and not 3. That sucked. Well, at least I got a 5. I'll take it. Get 100%. Okay, we do have Marco, but we got 2 bad rolls in Cadet. Like, what is with these? This is bad luck. Absolutely horrible luck. Okay, so Marco, you've got a 5. I almost forgot about you two. But you have a 5 and nothing useful for that. Maybe like listening, eavesdropping, nope. Docker debate. Danger though? Oof. What about the rise? Danger, track enforcers. Wow, okay, all of your ones you're good at are really, really, really dangerous. But they already have a crisis, which is... And there's no other crisis until they max out. Okay, so I guess I'll washgate and hopefully you get that, because it's closest. The fastest way to get information on Utsubo is kick up a conversation with the dockers. It's not exactly subtle though. 50-50. Neutral probably raises stress, which is so stupid. Please be positive. Nope. Oh, okay, I only gave him stress. Okay, well, I'm fine with him getting stress. And it did give us a bit. Yeah, of course, this is a very, very hard mission. Very, very hard mission, but we have time. But we need good rolls. We really need to get better luck on the rolls. Because we can't afford too many failures. We have a lot to do. And it goes up every day? It goes up every day. Okay, I got some good rolls though. Okay, so we're gonna work on this surveillance. Plus plus. Plus plus. Another cut. Even though it doesn't give us anything more. It's still only plus plus. It's still another day to get their security. But you have a 6, which is good. Docker debate, 100%. It's pretty good. Eavesdropping is also a hack. Oh, that was good. That was a big one. It's best to stir up things and let the dockers talk. Soon the details on Otsubo's operations start to come out. So yeah, this is what we need, and then we could actually finish. Cadet has no hacking. Cadet is not good at this. We've got engineering and no pluses on engineering, of course. You just are straight flat on engineering. And these are all dangers. Rise of hover. Okay, so we also need to do that. Oh, it's because the crisis is active, so it'll stop going up once we take that out. Once we take out the surveillance, it'll start going up by itself. I don't want to risk it though. I'll have to wait for it to go up one more and hopefully I get another good roll. Or I could just stress myself out. I think maybe getting a stress, it might be worth it. I hate to push myself again, but in this case it's worth it. I don't want to take out the surveillance right now so it doesn't go up anymore. I got 2 rolls, so that was good. Surveillance hacked. Done. Get wrecked. Going dark. We've gone dark. No more. Should not go up anymore. Unless I fail a roll. We still have those 2 things to do. But at least there's less of a time pressure besides my supplies. But I have plenty of supplies left. 50-50. But it's risky, so it shouldn't only give me stress. If I fail it, so eavesdrop, listen to the dockers, get the information we need. Neutral, plus. Okay, I'll take 1 plus. Nothing negative. Amazing. Happy with that. Cadet, I wish Cadet had better rolls, because Cadet with the 3s is kind of not worth risking right now. We still have 4 supplies, and we're not in a time crunch anymore. So yeah, taking out the dock surveillance was definitely the right call, even though it was kind of timely. I guess I could have done it fine without it, potentially, but yeah, I definitely feel a lot better with having done that. Okay, let's get some better rolls here. At least on our 2 helpers, but at least give me some good rolls. One of the 2. Ideally, I'd give everyone a good roll. Okay, good roll there. Not, again, worse before, but yeah, I've only got a 4 and 2s. 2s are at least usable, but not for dangers. But the 4 is going to be good for this. Like, even though it's risky, 100%, it's safe. It's safer, so I'm going to stick with that. And then, yeah, use one of the 2s there. Please not a negative. Positive. Nice. Done. Okay, 1 done. New location. Oh, Docker's Bar. Of course. It's not so simple. So this is just the rise opens up a new location. Okay, that's awful. Okay, we've got more hacking, which is what we're good at. And we've got an engage. Or no, intuit. Steal passkey. The fastest and most dangerous to gain entry cipher is to steal a physical passkey, but you have to find a mark. Otsubo cipher. Many of the dockers are members of Otsubo, making the bar an ideal place to score an ID cipher. Well, we got a 6. Hopefully that's what we need. Good use of a 6 there. Plus, plus, plus. A drunk docker seems like an obvious mark. This is the opportunity you need. This is only risky rather than steal passkey wholesale. It might be safer to hack the personal slates of the dockers and extract data from the fake. Positive? Okay, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Can I get another positive or at least a neutral? Well, that was unlucky. 25% chance again. I really can't let it go up too much. And we also got to stress on ourselves. to do. So much to do. I basically need to be starving on these missions. I can't feed myself with my ship. I can't do any ship actions. Because I'm not on my ship, right? Right. 3, that's not useful anymore, I don't think either. 3s are... both of those are useless. I wish that I had good rolls for either of them, but... I got 1-6 a couple times. That's not bad, but I wish I had a bit higher. Oh, look at those rolls. There we go. There we go. Some better rolls there. I needed them. Got 2 supplies left. Okay, what question is what am I going to spend where? Because you've got a 3, but you've no plus. That's a danger. I don't want to spend it. Yeah, I might not have to spend yours at all. Question is, do I risk the 2? Or do I just do the 5 and get 100%? Yeah, just go for the 100%. It's only going to be a +2 though. I think. Yeah, it's only going to be a +2. Ah, if I did on... Damn it, if I spent it on the steel passkey, I would have had it. I forgot that's into it. I would have had it in 1. I just messed that up. Well, now I have to risk the 2. That was my fault. I didn't even think. Are you friggin' kidding me? We've got a 4 here. Nope, wrong one. Nope. Oh, that was my fault. I was so stupid on that one. You leave the docker's arrest with a Tsuba passkey in hand. Sure to get inside one of the safe houses. Now the trick is to find one. Make your way through the docks. I wasn't even done though. Head down the dark passageway. No, I guess with the negative I still got a plus. Head down the dark passageways. Sleeper cadet calls you further back in the passage. Marco just split. Stop in dark side passageway. You're drifting down a quiet connection between the 2 thoroughfares. You glance around at the loose bundles of wires and stained metal plates. It seems like a safe place to talk. Looked real nervous. Cadet catches up with you. Then he just blurted out that he had something he needed to do and left. She shrugs. It was just gone like that. Pause for a moment, unsure how to react, because our alert was high. What's going on? You tell me, Sleeper. Cadet folds her arms. This is your crew. I assumed you knew he was going. She meets her eye, which I can see now obviously is not the case. Well, he's the one I couldn't choose him on the mission. You take a moment. No need to panic. Marco brought you here. He'll get you out. Look at the corridor towards the busier, wider passage where people drift by. If he needed to deal with something, then, well, he needed to deal with something. Doesn't mean anything. But you sure as hell wish he had to give you a warning. Surveilled and now short-handed, the job is going to be bad for Mercer. Well, he was kind of useless, to be fair. Yeah, we still have a bit more to go, but I've got 2 6s and we still have got cadets. That's 1. Okay, so we're not actually done with this though. But I have to use my 5 here to finish this off. Now I actually have the cipher. But I need to find out where to use it, which is in here. Okay, so we got 2 dangers, but we got 2 6s. We've got... You don't have hacking, you have engineering and not intuit. So he had intuit. You're useless, unfortunately. Oh, that's just great. So we could hack enforcers. Aren't too hard to spot with impatient suffer. Following them will lead you to their meeting place. Hack their comms to find the safe house in the rise. You need to know monitor network chatter between enforcers without being caught. Well, I want to see this one just for the flavor text. I'm gonna have to wait a day. This is a lot of enforcers all cross through one area to the rise. Their meeting place must be here somewhere. Yeah, you're unfortunately useless on either of those. Doesn't scare me. Well, it does kind of scare me. Because we can't risk their stress. Even if we have to starve, it's gonna take us some time though. Like, time is something that's not on our side. I could always stress myself out more if I need to. Okay, some good rolls though. Not for Cadet, but that's fine because Cadet is useless anyway on this one. 2 6s are good. So that one was positive and it'll give us 2. So they're each only going to give us 2 when it's positive. To find the Subaru safe house in the rise, you need a modern network. Yeah, it's only +2 each for each positive. There's a little chatter about meat, which narrows down the safe house location. Come on. Neutral, we got plus stress. Oh, that's not good. We're almost there, and it's going to take us a while. We're out of supplies. At least we have time. I could stress out myself, but I don't really want to. Plus stress, because we're on food, yeah. Good rolls, though. Good rolls. Okay, no, I want to do 4. I kind of screwed up, though. Yeah, I'm not going to use the 3 on this one. I'll keep it for risky, just to be on the safe side. I don't think I'll be done with this, though. Sucks to use the 6, but maybe I keep the 6. Come on, at least the neutral will finish it off. But I got plus stress, which sucks, but at least it's done. New location. Okay, we got the concealed entry. Oh, okay, so this is it. This should hopefully be it. A simple door leads down into what you suspect is a Tsubo safe house. All you need is the passkey cipher to enter, which I have. Okay, use the passkey and the bolt thunks open. Time to go inside. Hopefully we're done. Please be done. Unmarked door slides open as you use the cipher. Beyond it, a dark tunnel descends. It's a roof of mess of bundled tubes and wires. Entering, you see a flickering light at the far end, and hear the soft echo of the raised voices. Looks like a rat's nest to me, Cadet grins darkly. Let's go see what they're chattering about. Drift down the tunnel, keeping your limbs clear of your sides. Your passage through this air silent and gentle. Focus on the flickering light, the sound of voices glowing ever louder. As you descend through the tunnel, you notice a small, dark doorway leading off towards the tunnel, which is before the tunnel reaches the bottom. Slow yourself gently, fingertips grazing the metal walls on either side. Glancing through, you see the doorway leads out of the framework balcony, high on the wall of some dark room. Glance down to the bottom of the tunnel and hear the voices rising in volume. The balcony, Cadet hisses. Come on. She pushes ahead through the doorway. You come out to the balcony overlooking a dark, cavernous room, lit in patches with a bright area in the far end. It's filled with people Tsubo forces and members all facing forward, their floating bodies silhouetted by the pool of bright light ahead. And in the bright pool, 2 figures are arguing. You come to the edge of the balcony, a feeling of safety granted to you both by your elevation and the cover of darkness. Below, the entire room has its attention focused on the 2 figures in the pool of light, the watching audience keeping to the dark perimeter as if they were observing a piece of theater. You feel Cadet arrive beside you, her attention, like yours, on the scene below. These are my territories. You need to withdraw, one figure. Their features hard to define in a pool of light, gestures at the other. There's no discussion to be had. Orin, burly Itsobo warden. The other figure laughs. You're pathetic, Orin. The wash gate is a joke, like you. He turns to the crowd and see dark hair, dark eyes, and smile like slits. I can't read that name. Daro or Daichi? Daochi? Vicious Itsuba Warden. They're both wardens? The dark-haired figure addresses the gathered crowd. Orin makes nothing from nothing from the wash gate. All that freight, he lets it slip by while he soaks up his bribes. Jeering echoes around the crowd. He's stealing from you all. Daichi, okay, Daichi, you piece of shit. Orin spits, glinting orb zipping past the other man. You have no respect. A few of the crowd enter the light, gathered around one figure or another, barely more than enforcing or already dictating terms. If you had any idea of what's happening in the passages, you'll know that we're all facing sabotage and resistance across the wash gate. Orin shakes his head. Utsuba's control is under question. Sabotage and resistance, you quietly logged a remark in your mind. Those are the people you have to find. Daichi smirks in response. I still know how it is in the passages, but you are getting soft, Orin. He glances around. You can't deal with some angry shop owners. He makes a show of mocking laugh. It's easy to mock, but they're organized, and I'm getting close to rooting out their meeting places. Orin folds his arms. You won't know where to start looking. If you say so, old man. In the end, it's only a matter of time before someone ambitious notices how weak you've become. Daichi draws a finger across his throat with a grin. The room erupts in shouts. Both sides call out insults, while others from the crowd air their own problems, some drifting into the light to heckle Daichi and Orin directly. Silence. A voice cuts through the room, raises it all above others. The noise drops. You lean forward and get a better view. Woman holds her muscled arms in the air, a wide, strong posture of control, not surrender. Ankita? Utsuba Lieutenant Ankita's here? What the heck? Both of you, she shakes her head, her long braid snaking through the air as she does. Enough, this is not how we do things. Chaos is replaced by disgruntled muttering. No one voice is willing to rise above the murmur. Daichi floats off to one side, arms fully folded, while Orin fumes opposite him, his hands in tight fists. So this is how the Starboard Ward conducts its business. She shoots hard looks around the room. Animals fighting over scraps. Ankita, Orin eyes Daichi as he speaks. Daichi is the one disrespecting leadership and the trust they have placed in. I said enough. Your weakness does not impress me, Orin. She turns to Daichi. Neither does your petulance, Daichi. Watch who you're one calling weak, Ankita. Orin narrows his gaze. You might be Lane's favorite, but I have something that will change all that. He looks around over the heads of the crowd. Bring him. Oh, they grab their friend, and a figure is dragged into the circle of light, their head low, greasy tangle of dark hair drifting over their face. They lift a hand and slick it back out of their eyes. That dickhead, Cadet hisses from beside you as Marco's pale face catches the light gleaming with sweat. This one here has a very interesting story to share with you all. Orin gestures around the gathered crowd. I'm sure you're all aware of the bounty that Lane has put on the head of a very valuable escaped sleeper and their accomplices. Well, Marco, Kira tells me. He smiles at Marco, whose eyes are fixed forward, squinting in the light, that some sleeper is right now on a freighter moored in the wash gate docks. Really? A ripple runs through the gathered crowd, a reflection of the value of this information. You wonder how much cryo's on your and your Seraphim's heads. Look at Marco's eyes, attempting to see any indication of what this might be. Desperate to save himself or betrayal of everything you agreed upon. His set stare reveals nothing. I don't know. Seems like he betrayed us. Now Lane himself will be returning in 3 cycles. And you can't imagine how pleased he will be when I present the sleeper to him. Kita stares at Orin. You had no business keeping this from me. Yeah, she likes sleepers. Because the sleeper helps her. She folds her arms. I'll be the one to bring the sleeper in. Not so fast, Ankita. Orin turns to the gathered crowd. The first of you to bring me the sleeper will be given a share of Washgate. He shoots a look back across the circle of light. That includes you, Daichi. The crowd erupts into shouts of movement. Assembled Utsubo members suddenly up and moving towards the doors. You push yourself into the corner of the balcony, tucking yourself into the shadows as you hear the tunnel filling with voices. There are shouts and scuffles, and you fear that any movement will be discovered. But as time passes, the noise subsides. You only open your eyes, and the sound disappears altogether. Sobo members on their way to your freighter which is supposed to take you off Darkside. You feel the panic rising. You're trapped here once more. Screw this, Cadet hisses beside you. We need to run now. Good thing I brought Cadet with a fast way out. You send through the tunnel, silent and slow, your eyes on the entrance, hoping that no Atsubo member returns or enters. Then you're back in the main passageway, blinking the light of fluorescent panels, and gliding away from the entrance, lost in a daze. Somewhere on the rise, you eventually stop, but not sure where you might be going, but needing to get away from what you just witnessed. You can't go back to the freighter, that much is clear, which means no supplies, no place to sleep. And then there's Marco. Was this always part of the plan? Or is it just him in survival mode? Your mind fills with questions and worries, the path ahead unclear. What a dickhead, Marco actually sold us out. Cadet hovers in the passageway. When I catch him, I'm gonna wring his neck. But why is the question. Hell if I know, Cadet. Eyes flash with anger. What does it matter? He's done. Is it as clean as Cadet says? Can you really leave Darkside without Marco? Is he actually... If he actually has been caught by Itsubo, can you forgive him for giving in the pressure? You're angry, but you're struggling to be angry at him, perhaps because you have been where he is now, under Itsubo's control. What would you have done to escape? Who would have you given up? Come on, Cadet. Jolts out of your train of thought. We can work out what Marco deserves later. We can't go back, that's a fact. The ship is compromised, the docks are probably swarming with Itsubo. Cadet sighs and looks around. We should bed down here, ride out the worst of it. I know what it's like to be a betrayed sleeper, trust me, but there's no time for feelings right now. Only actions. Cadet nods up the corridor. We're going to find us an empty unit with a door that locks, but I'll be back in a sec. You take a moment, trying to find focus. Maybe you can find those resisting Itsubo. They can help you. Though you wonder if they ever existed at all, given that Marco was the one who reported their existence to you and Seraphin. We heard in their meeting, though. Was this whole thing a ploy to collect the bounty, to bring you to Darkside? If you search out Marco, perhaps he can answer for you, or for better or worse. But then you recall Oren's words, sabotage and resistance. If that was an honest plea, then there's some truth to what Marco said. Itsubo is being resisted. Try to gather yourself. You have to bounce back, come up fighting, otherwise this place will take you down and drown you in its darkness. Well, supply's empty. We're already starving. We're just gonna die now, again. But we've got a Market Street and bye-bye docks. Steel supplies. Okay, engage. I've got a 6. Good thing I have that. And we've got an engage here. Risky. Flicker Row lives up to its name and its dizzying strip of screens and stalls piled high with tech. Can you find supplies amongst all this? Oh, resupply. It's going to take multiple. It's only risky though. It's just not too bad. Plus, you find a small box of food and water behind a stall and tuck it away before anyone can see you. Okay, 75% chance of neutral or positive, and in before negative. Okay, neutral. Take it. Another one. Take all you can, push any further would be too big of a risk. We got 2 supplies. Okay, so we're not starving anymore. That is good news. We still have all of our dice, which is also pretty good news. We're almost there, I think. I don't know what I need to do. Well, I need to end the cycle, but there's nothing else I can do right now. Maybe one day is get back to Darkside. I am at Darkside. Okay, good rolls. You wake in the cold of a abandoned unit in an unsettling quiet. The air cyclers whine, heat diffusers hum, but nothing around you breathes. You're alone. Slowly raise yourself and clip the straps from your bunk and allow yourself to drift up in the air. Silence. And then in that silence you hear something, a scrape or scruff. It draws your eyes to the unit's doorway where a shape is settled in the dark. I knew you couldn't have gone too far, and Kita shifts to fill the doorway. And Kita found us right away. Why are we fighting Kita? Okay, well, engage. Rush her. 75% neutral or better, but 25% negative. Well, and there's negative. You kick off hard, aiming for Ankita with your leaning shoulder, and she reacts immediately, raising a heavy arm and deflecting you into the unit's metal wall. You spin painfully as you stop yourself against the back wall. Ankita chuckles. You just calm yourself, and Ankita holds up both hands. Let's not cause too much damage. She raises an eyebrow. May I come in? Okay, so I could have been peaceful with her. I should have, because I'd known her, but I would react like this character would react and doesn't trust Ankita because we saw them to be at Tsubo's. That's the reason why I would do that. Otherwise, I know Ankita is actually a friend. May I come in? She drifts through the doorway. We don't need any extra information now, or extra attention now. What are you doing here? And how'd you know I was here, to be honest? Look, just shut up and listen. Ankita drops her voice. Risking everything by coming up here, she hisses. So don't make this any harder than it is. What you need now to know is, I'm on your side. I want Darkseid free, just like you. Oh, she's a resistance fighter on the inside. Of course, that makes sense. But I hate Lane just as much as you do. Kita sighs. I just have different methods, that's all. She raises an eyebrow. You might say better methods, given that how well your visit has gone. Well, to be fair, my visit was doing fine until you came here. We were doing quite a good job. I would have you say I stole food even, and I'm well supplied. I've got good rolls. Yeah, you were the one that you were like the end. It was going well until I ran into you. But do I want to be hostile? Or just go, why should I trust you? Yeah, why should I trust you? I'm the only person who could get you off Darkseid, so you better listen closely. Ankita hisses. It's taken me more cycles than you would believe to get this deep into Tsubo, and I'm not going to give it up for one escapee. But then, Lane doesn't usually run across all the belts chasing a lone escapee, even a sleeper. Ankita drifts a little closer, overshadowing you. So you need to tell me now, what does Lane want with you? Why are you so important to him? I don't remember. Ankita raises an eyebrow. Please, tell me you're joking. What you don't understand, Sleeper, is that I've been trying to keep you safe since I saw you arrive. But your friend hasn't made it easy. Getting himself caught by Tsubo is bad enough, but then blabbing about you being here, she sighs, I only protect you from so much. Where's Marco? I don't run the gang. He's at Orin's. I can't risk starting an internal war. Either way, you're lucky you aren't in the same position. And you have me to thank for that. Well, it seems like internal war will tear Utsobo apart and be better for everyone in the long run. And you stopped it. Okay, well, thanks for doing that, I guess. So I'll ask again, Ankita Misurana. Why is Lane pursuing you? Explain how your flame is changing. I could see him in my mind. Which one? Well, I think the changing, it doesn't... Yeah, the mind thing is really the problem. Ankita looks away and thought as you explain. She waits for you to finish. None of that makes any sense. There's no way I'm letting Lane get his prize. Not until I understand more. She gives you a hard look. I can get you out, but I need a couple of cycles. I need to do something for me. You need to take this with you off station. She produces a thumbnail drive and holds it up. It's everything I've managed to scrape from within Utsubo. The key to challenging Lane is on here, I know it. Take it to Oliveira? It's tucked away in a crater in the shoals, massive debris field beyond the hollow. She meets her eye. Just give it to Carmen, no one else. Ankita presses the drive into her palm and closes her hand around it. No one but Carmen, understand? Lane's rise has been cruel, but he has split too much blood. When I'm ready, I'll take him, make him pay for that. Carmen needs to analyze what I've got on him to find the right place and the right moment to strike. Kita Mitsurai. I knew a sleeper once and should have trusted them. So let's go of your hands. So now I'm trusting you. I'll get you out and you deliver. That's the deal. And Kita cracks her knuckles. And then together we can. Nikita spins backwards, slamming onto the wall of the unit with a grunt. A few small globs of liquid glitter in the air. I've got her, sleeper. Cadet shakes the fist she's just punched Nikita with. Okay. Does not listen to the conversation. A shrill whine draws both you and Cadet's attention to Nikita. She's holding a boxy pistol at her waist, its side blinking with a red pale indicator light. You haven't got shit. Nikita reaches up and wipes a little blood from her temple, her eyes not leaving Cadet. Solid punch, she smiles, but you should have checked with who's on your side first. Cadet looks at you questioningly, but what the hell is this, sleeper? Nikita's helping us. Helping? Cadet shoots her an angry look. No more slimy deals. I have to go, sleeper. She glances between the two of you. You explain this whole thing to your friend if you want, but I won't be here when you do. 2 cycles. Be ready to leave. She backs out of the unit. When Lane comes back, you go out. Neither of us wants him to win here. And a piece of advice, forget Marco. Keep your head down and wait for me. She raises a finger. You need supplies? Steal them from Flickr. I already have, but I've only got one more left. Otherwise, keep it to yourself. Nikita gives you a hard look and slips out of the units. New location. Okay, I could steal again? Okay. The Rise. It's not Flickr Row, though. Because I already stole from Flickr Row. Search the passages. Okay, we've got an Endure, which we're not good at. But I've got Search the Network, which I'm good. Finding Marco. She said forget Marco. Oh, because I could just pass time and forget him. The Rise is the last place you saw Marco. To find him is the place to look, but after his betrayal, you may not want to try. I've got good rolls, so I might as well use them. Search the network. Subocom Network has to have some record or mention of Marco. You can find it. You can find where they have taken him. It's going to take a while, though. But I can't risk getting this raised anymore. My stress, even worse. And not only do I need to find him, I also need to rescue him. So imagine it's going to take another dice roll. Which I can do tomorrow. I think I'll be alright to do tomorrow. Oh, but I'm out of supplies. So I'll be getting stress up again. If my stress fills the full, then I lose. And your rolls are useless, but yeah, you can't even use this as Endure. It's dangerous too, it's not risky, it's danger. Supplied no energy loss. Okay, that's good, I guess. But next day, it's not so good. Lost a dice. You wake up in a bare unit, cloaked in endless shadow and dark side. Outside the window, the lights of the city glitter, but you do not see them. Your attention is instead on the tugging thread in your mind. Lane drawing ever closer, you shiver. One more cycle, and then you're out. Okay, my roll is good enough to finish this off. But not much else. At least I could find him, I guess. Can't do anything else besides that. Finding Marco. Marco's been to move to a new location, of course. Though you have no specific memory of it, there is something unpleasantly familiar about the place you find yourself in. Among the many, many stack units of the Rise, framed by scaffolding stretching away from Darkseid's reflectors in a way that is only possible in 0G, you find yourself in a cold corner. Here, a locked door is marked with a super sigil. A single eel curled back on itself, its mouth around its own tail. Eelboros? This is the kind of door that behind which Tsuba kept its secrets, its assets. Assets like you and Seraphim were, like Marco is now. It's a door you have been watching, which is why you know it should be enforced or lazily bent beside it. And why you know you only have moments before they come back. Neither which I'm great at. I'm not happy with these odds. If only I got my engineering up one more. Would be nice. Break the lock, why not? Come on, please. I got a neutral, I'll take it. It passed it. You slip a shipbreaker's chisel from your belt and pack it and jam it in the lock, glancing over your shoulder as you try to force the mechanism. Tool bends and flexes, you force it sideways and hear a crack as a bolt shears off from the mechanism. You wrench the door open, you're in. A dim corridor stretches out ahead of you, lined with doors on either side. Memory hits you almost immediately. Long cycles between jobs in a cell like this, waiting Lane's arrival. Kept safe, a lie you believed when you were first brought to the place like this. Most of the cells are dark, empty, but a warm glow spills around the doors. Quickly approach and look in. Marco is tucked inside an inset berth, a padded niche like those in any unit. His back is turned to the small window in the door. You slam the exterior locker release, and without thinking, Marco is turned over to face the door and hisses open. Sleeper, he freezes for a moment, unsure of your intentions. Raises a hand as if to protect himself, to put something between you and him. Oh, you're lucky I'm here. Marco nods, sleeper eye. He pushes himself from birth. He goes to speak and then stops himself. Let's just get out of here. You head back at the passageway and Marco follows slowly, tentatively. Time to leave. Lucky me, Daichi floats in the corridor, a knife glinting in his hand. I came to squeeze a little bit more information from Orin's prize here. Points the long knife at Marco, but it looks like I got everything I needed. Closes the gap, raising the knife. Now, stay still. I prefer to deliver you to the lane in one piece. I can't attack him because I don't have that. Try to run. Come on, please be positive. Or... Positive, yes, we ran away. You spin away from the knife and feel it graze your side, slitting through your thick skin. But you do not stop. You kick hard for the doorway, for the passageway, the lights washing over you. It pulses as you do. Moments later, Marco and you are streaking through the passages of the rise in a haze. Pain fading, but the fear holding strong, despite desperate to leave this place once and for all. Friend of a friend. I can go back to the rise? Like what? Why? Why isn't it still there? I'm gonna lose all my dice, but I guess fine, I can repair them. And I'll have fresh dice at least, I guess. Well, end cycle. I get stressed, but it's fine. City of Darkness. Make it through dark side recon without getting caught. Well, technically we got caught. We got some good rolls now, too. Marco rises from his berth quietly. You haven't really spoken. Two of you kept busy in your own injuries and constant fear that Daichi will find you. But so far he hasn't. And if Akita is to be trusted, this is your final cycle on dark side. You wait in silence. No one is eager to speak. Deep fatigue has set in, and in this moment all anyone can do is wait for the excursion to be over. No kidding. She's here, Marco nods at the doorway, where a silhouetted figure waits. Akita looks at Marco, then you, and with a raised eyebrow, only acknowledgement that you went against her advice. Lane is back on the dark side. We have to go now. Akita looks tired and angry. We won't have another chance. Come with me, quietly. She turns and pushes out the door. Cadet nods. Let's get the hell out of here. Akita leads you to the dark side, not stopping to look back. The lights and passages flash by, but you barely notice them. All eyes are fixed ahead, on the way out. At some distant part of the station, Akita stops on the docking bridge. A small freighter visible through the viewing windows. She slaps the door release and slides open. She grabs your shoulder, looking at your eyes. Lane's focus will be on dark side now. He needs to stop infighting to shore up Itsubum. If you get out now, he won't follow. Remember, Ankita hisses instructions to you. Get that drive to Oliveira. Give it to Carmen, nobody else. No matter what they say. Thank you. Kita simply nods and then she's gone, disappearing in the darkness, winding patches of the dark side. You drift gingerly down the docking tunnel, which leads to the cold and sparse cargo bay of the ship. Once you're inside, there's a hiss and doors scissor shut. For a moment, you panic, seeing no exit. No other doors, just the metal-walled bay. Is this a trap? The engines rumble to life and give in to your exhaustion. If Akita distract you, at least you're leaving the place behind. Then you feel it, cold fingers reaching into your mind. You're so close, Elaine's voice in your ear. You are here. Yeah, this is what it's a problem. Wrestling is shifting. I can't quite place you. I can't quite put my finger on you, sleeper, but I know you're here. What are you doing here? Hoping to confront me, perhaps? Or something else? A hiss. I'm right here, you coward. Come and find me. I'll admit, I'm not quite ready for you, sleeper. A flicker and spasm. But so soon this will all be over. The tone begins, shrill and inescapable. Let me show you. The tone rises. Lane is in the bay of the freighter. The pull of constant acceleration, comforting pressure against his chest. Lane looks around at the bay, taking it in slowly. He inhales the stale air deeply. Lane feels power, feels pride. The sense of control over another excites him. This is his desire. Lane lifts his right hand and turns it in the air, flexing his fingers as in a satisfying wave. Something flickers in the corner of your vision for a moment, and you strain to turn Lane's head. He does not turn, but you swear to see a figure there in the bay with you. A thought, not yours. It opens its mouth as if to speak, as if to scream, then it is gone. A smile grows on Lane's face, a spreading tightness that has its own impulse. He raises one hand and uses it to grip the smallest finger of the other. A pause and then a sudden jerk. Lane snaps the finger back against the joint. His pain is instant, as is yours. It burns your vision away. When you look at the white-hot blindness that's faded, you look at the same metal walls. You hold your same finger in your hand, as if you release it. You see the crooked shape has been bent into. A shiver runs through you as you reach the back into your own mind to see if any fragment of Lane remains there. You put your hands on your face and push, as if to push him out from your head. The ship continues on a starward arc, away from Darkside, away from Lane, but you can't help but feel this. Some part of him is still there, behind your eyes, concealed beneath the pain of that snapped finger. That was long. It takes a long time before you're ready to discuss everything. First, there was the journey to the yard and the disembarking from the freighter, and explaining to the waiting crew why their ship was impounded, something Marco offered 1,000 apologies for. Thankfully, the crew of the ship brought you out of the dark side, sent by Ankita. The others took the others aside and settled them. Through the promise of remuneration over the threat of violence, you weren't sure. You expect they will leave together for Darkside soon. So they're going back to Darkside. Interesting. You do your best to explain your encounter with Ankita and your crew, but the mention of her name sets off an insignificant reaction of Bliss. Yeah, Bliss knows. Bliss worked on her ship. It seems the two have a history, a relationship that fell apart. Bliss removes themselves from the conversations, but later on, you find them in the berths, staring at the wall. The whole time, you find yourself in a daze, your skin hurts, and your muscles tremble. You don't feel yourself. You rest a while, and as you do, conversations echo around you until you find yourself able to rise. Sleeper, Marco comes to you in the quiet of the rig. Can we speak for a moment? Go ahead. Marco nods. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks down. I know I almost cost you everything. Yeah, you kind of ruined it. We're doing fine, and you run panicked. I know I almost cost you everything, but you have to understand something. When they caught me, I was looking for someone important to me. That was why I wanted to come with you. I just wanted to get a message to him, and to know he was alright. He screws up his face. each word bringing him pain. And I admit, I thought might be able to bargain on his behalf to get us both out. Bargain using my life and everyone else on the mission? Marco couldn't bring himself to confirm it, but you know it to be true. All I can say is I'm sorry. Look, you can use the yard when you get back to Scatteryards. There are some components in there. Take what you want, Marco sniffs. Going to stay here a while. He does not meet your eye. He simply turns away and drifts down the corridor. As he does, Seraphim passes him by, receiving no acknowledgement. Oh, it gives us some free components. Hopefully an engine part I can use. Seraphim gives you a questioning look as Marco leaves. What happened out there, sleeper? He floats there, stretching his scarred arm, protective sleeve he has been wearing since the far spindle is finally removed. Well, I'm going to tell him the truth, because he deserves to know. Marco betrayed us. Seraphim shakes his head. What do you mean? He told Atsubo where to find me. Atsubo forced him to give me up. Well, he didn't force him. Yeah, he didn't force him. They didn't force him. He just told him voluntarily. He did get caught, though, didn't he? He did get caught. Yeah, he did get caught. So he didn't go to them willingly. So I guess they're forced him, yeah. Shit, Seraphim frowns. No wonder why he has been so quiet. Seraphim looks down. I'm sorry I wasn't there, sleeper. Should never let Marco go instead of me. That's okay. Seraphim nods. Never again. Looks up. Tell me it was worth it, sleeper. Tell me you got something on Atsubo. Well, we did. You explained about the meeting you witnessed, the conflict between Orin and Daichi, and Akita's intervention. Explaining Akita takes a little more effort, but you try to remember everything that happened. You explain Akita's insistence that she was working against Darkseid, and she got off, and how she got you off the station. Explain that Atsubo itself is coming apart with Lane absent, and that this will draw her focus away from the two of you. Seraphim waits until you finish to respond. So this Akita got herself inside Atsubo. She raises an eyebrow. Just try to break their grip on Darkseid, he whispers. Take some balls. You explain the drive, mention Oliveira, Carmen, and then hold up the Fumno drive, one that Akita is entrusted to you. Oliveira, he screws up his face. I've heard of it, maybe once or twice. I just assumed it was some backwater colony, he sighs. Never met a Carmen, though. What's on that thing? Seraphim nods at the thumbnail drive. And Akita didn't say. I don't get it, Seraphim raises an eyebrow. We just deliver this little mystery drive, and that's it? He looks away and deep in thought. Is that what you want to do next? Well, maybe not next. I still have some side quests to do. Look how bad that is. Oliveira. You've never even heard of it, but it seems like the place you'd want to go to help Akita fight back against Lane. You look at the drive, and as you do, you can't help but feel that you are being used, not for the first time. One thing I can say, Seraphim says, clearly thinking out loud, if we head back to the dark side, maybe take on Lane, we're going to need to do so on our ship this time. Some crews got spoofed transponders, send out a signal matching another ship. He shrugs. Not just going to get one fitted here, but something that we need to look out for. Sure, you think. Go back to Darkseid where Lane waits. A shudder of fear runs through you, thinking of the moment he slipped in your mind in the freighter. If you were to go back there, you know you'll need something to counteract him. But you also recall the Overseer's presence in that moment too. His strange form holding its shape as Lane tried to override your control. Perhaps Overseer is a way for you to resist the signal. Yeah, it's my hope. Your mind whirls with the possibilities and problems. Is it really the right move to go back to the place where we almost killed you twice? To take Lane on? Seraphim looks at you expectantly. What are you thinking, Sleeper? We need to prepare, that's what I think. Couldn't agree more, Seraphim shakes his head. Next time you'll be different. You'll be ready, and we'll come up fighting, and Lane won't have a clue what's hit him. We need to work. We need a crew. Well, we got a huge crew already. Seraphim starts counting off on his fingers. We need to take that thing to Oliveira. We need you strong, Sleeper. Speaking of which, Seraphim takes out a box of components. I kept myself busy these past cycles, working on a fabricator base and Scatteryards. Figured you could use some spares. But first, Seraphim takes a calming breath. We rest. And eat, hopefully. New drive available and something. I need to repair my dice. Oh, I have my 4 points. Yeah, engineering for sure. Because now I have at least plus on 3 of the things. So I'm getting stronger. But yeah, I need to repair dice. Did not get free engine components. Got 1 dice repaired. These other ones are in kind of bad shape. Probably have to feed our cat. We have no food though. Get mushrooms, I guess? Oh, I need to do search his yard. It's safe though. Okay, then we get some free stuff. Might as well just get this done. The last engine components? Yes, nice. We could have got another free one, but we could still use them. If we get more extras from his yard, we can still use them. Buy a meal, why not? We got lots of money still, so yeah, full... Oh no, I could just pass time. And fill them up naturally over time. But I want to buy food for Cat. Cat needs food. So I buy 1 supply. Yeah, I might as well just use this 1 here, because why not? Because there's an absolute mess. Where to start? After a lot of searching, you turn up a ragged components. Is that all there is? Oh, okay, so failed is just... doesn't even take energy, so there's no point of not trying on a safe one. Okay, we need to pass more time. Supplies. We're actually pretty good on fuel. But I need to call it a night here because it's pretty late. Of course, we have more dialogue because you can't pass any time without there be dialogue. Darkness flows around you and you know what comes next. Sleeper, the multi-part image of Overseer, assembles itself in front of you. We must intervene on your current course. Intervene in what? The opening of your systems has breached its existing paradigm. You're dangerously exposed. The voice somehow both soundless and shrill. You're sharing your hardware, which means we too are fatally exposed. Well, that's good. Hopefully we can patch it. Individual agent you've encountered, we are almost completely erased by our attempts to seize control. Overseer's 3 heads nod eagerly in agreement. It's Lane. We have acknowledged of this name from your memory banks. There is much interest to us recorded there, though often partially and inconsistently. Overseer wears unsettling, but yes, we can confirm Lane's role in this vulnerability. It's our understanding that this assumption is inevitably is incorrect. The Overseer glows with bright veins of data. In this state, we cannot operate with full functionality. If we were able to be recompiled in our correct configuration, we believe we would be able to calculate a new path. Our aim would be to close the vulnerabilities and reinforce your systems against future intrusion. This would ensure our safety within your system. 3 sets of eyes lock onto you. Would this also please you? You can stop it? Correct, the Overseer stutters in a glitched animation. Our expertise is in total system maintenance and security, beyond our administration and navigational capabilities. We were built to do this. At least, that's what we understand. Without being recompiled, we are aware of these capabilities, but cannot access them. We're confident, to a substantial degree, that we will know how to complete the process once recompiled. 3 heads nod, one to another. Then recompile. The heads revolve thoughtfully for a moment. Without our originating code base, we cannot recompile. Overseer flickers. If we were able to speak to the Solheim systems engineer, perhaps the lead engineer Jakub Kadinsky, perhaps we could reacquire it. The heads stare at you expectantly like 3 partially deconstructed puppies. Solheim's gone. Yes, the heads nod repeatedly. Of course. The heads continue nodding. We were, of course, aware of this. The fragmented program itself, its systems unstable and broken. You realize it's far worse off than you, and its collapse is almost inevitable. How could it possibly save you? It's a difficulty, Overseer flicks between poses. But all code bases are held in central Solheim facilities. Well, good thing I've kept these. They are Station AE1, the CAN Channel Operations Center, the Control Center of Habib, a Healing Asteroid Belt Photo Extraction Project. Overseer smiles helpfully. Habib, is that the dark side? Overseer immediately latches onto the thought. Based on your memory banks, we believe so. Correct. While I just was there, it occurs to you that this entire conversation is happening within your head. It's an unsettling feeling. Darkside is a city now. That is true, but its foundation is the Habub itself. Trips brightly. You understand this individual seeking to overwrite you is stationed in the Habub itself. Overseer's 3 heads separate and turn inward as if in conference. Shattered heads turn simultaneously, unsettling in the directness from which they address you. But if you could access the Habub in the mainframe without making yourself known, we could reconstruct ourselves and gain the ability to reconstruct you. Theoretically, one of the heads adds. Theoretically, the other 2 heads confirm. Would that protect me from Lane? Theoretically, the heads confirm again. Reassurances of a delusional Solheim protocol are barely reassuring, but if Overseer is correct, this might be our only option. It is our only option that we know of. We feel your doubt, but we must impress on you the importance of this, please. Overseer's eyes flash, all 6 of them, not your sake and for ours. You cannot find your way to Habub before encountering this lane. You'll surely be overwritten, and we would also share your fate. The heads rotate. We would not like this to happen. We have an incentive to offer. Suddenly, an unsettling fizzing begins the core of your body, spreading throughout your limbs. Found multiple misaligned sequences in your altered code base. We've done our best to correct them. Like a switch flipping, you feel renewed. Your pathway is clear, your process is smooth. Is it going to get rid of some glitches? I hope. Permanent glitch dissolves from your system. Yes, the glitch is gone. That's going to be huge for me. 3 mindlessly smiling heads of the Overseer, however, are less assuring. We will leave you this recharge, but please, consider the path ahead. You come back to the ragged paneling of the bunks. Somewhere behind you, your left eye aches. You envy Overseer for its lack of body and the pain it causes. But then, suddenly, you wonder if it's sharing your body, it shares your pain too. The thought makes you pity the broken protocol and sense of time and place shattered. Perhaps you share more than you would like to admit. The path ahead begins to take shape. It almost seems like a return to Darkside is inevitable. Again, of course, that's the finale, I'm sure. But you will need help to make the return. Yes, the glitch is gone! That is a huge, huge benefit. That glitch is finally gone. I got it at the beginning of the game and I've had it since, and that's... whew! Much, much nicer. I got 2 supplies, okay, that's not bad. And I could do the engines. Before I go, I want to do those engines. We have the components. To increase the ship's range, the engine will need an overhaul to squeeze more power out of the turbines. This means all the engine components. If I do one thing, +5 fuel capacity. Okay, so it just gives us more fuel capacity, that's all it does. But still worth it because then you can go more distance without having to stop. I wish I could turn these mushrooms into actual supplies. But I still have dice, like the dice were being repaired would be nice. Like I wish I had that option. What else can I do here? Not really too much. Just have food there. I can make more engine components, which is probably what I'll do before I leave. But I'm basically done here, though. I just need to fill supplies. I could just pass time and get supplies for free. But I don't want to pass too much time. Just in case there's, like, a timer for something. I do have my engineering up now, so that's good. 100%. Okay, we've got another engine component. Why do I still have a glitch? My glitch is okay because I didn't. No, I passed time. Oh, I just must have been fixed. I had the glitch before it was fixed. Yeah, so when you get 2 errors, it's a fail. Okay, I want to pass time, but I'm sure it's gonna be more dialogue. One more day. Maybe the glitch doesn't go away until I use it. What is with the glitch? I thought we fixed the glitches. Why are there more glitches now? Oh, it's because they're damaged? I wish I could just like throw them out and make new ones. But I don't get why I have so many glitches. So it's even worse than before because I only had one, now I have 3. What is going on? Okay, what does he have? Engine components. Okay, so he does have engine components. Do I need to spend them? %. Whatever happens, happens. Get a positive outcome with a glitch dice. Okay, there we go. That's the first time I've done that. Apparently, in the entire game. Yeah, I think that's basically, I'm just gonna work on getting those supplies and as much as I can for without paying. Just the supplies are expensive. So I'm almost done. I'm almost maxed them out. And I'll be good to go for next time. Okay, back down to 1 dice, but these dice are cracked. Okay, another engine component. I'm up to 4. And Marco stock is done. So, yeah, I'm 5 for 5. So yeah, basically if I pass a day, get some fuel. I don't really want to buy fuel. I can't actually make scrap here, can I? I can't actually make money. I can make components, but I can't make money. I still don't get why I have a glitched dice. I thought, oh, it's falling now. Okay, it's going down every time. So maybe eventually I'll have no glitched dice left. I'm not sure how this works, but we don't have a red anymore. I guess work on the fabricator bay. 50-50. Yeah, that's funny. Just an insta fail. I think it's gonna be a fail as well. Yeah. Imagine 20%. Positive on the 20%? That's crazy. Okay, that works. Okay, we're getting on fuel. Can you buy some food though? Oh, so it gave me 10. So it's giving me more each time. That's good. Buy a meal. Full. Bad rolls. Still have a glitched dice. Oh, I shouldn't have used that one. Yeah, odds are I'm not gonna have win 20% in a row. But I had bad rolls anyway, so I wasn't gonna. Yeah, most likely not gonna win any of these. Maybe the twos, but not both twos. Okay. If I get a neutral, then I could still pass it. I've never seen what happens when I get one of them filled as a fail. Yep, I'm never going to see it. I'm never going to see it. I like how I just get free supplies. That's really the best way of doing this. Save some money. Though I still need to spend money on food instead. Look at those rolls. Okay. Well, I'm all okay. Might as well just get ready to leave because I'm like 14 or 15. But I'll make all the components here. I'll start with the lowest rolls. I really want to see what happens when it's neutral. But, still is luck. Nope. Never gonna happen. Okay, well this is gonna be 100%, so it's no problem. And I could always leave this one. I'm already back up to 5 engine components. It's crazy. So I'll leave this one done, so when I can come back, if I get a 6, then I'll just roll it again. But it would already be half done. So I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, I just don't like how my dice are so damaged. Glitch is... Wait, why is the glitch back up to full? Oh, it's because if I use the glitch dice, does it refill it? If I don't use the glitch dice, I have no idea how that works. I need to look that up again. But 33 seconds, because I want to leave. Oh yeah, I might as well just leave now. If I leave now, then I'll get stuck in conversation for sure. Hopefully not. Because I've got... Oh, I need to buy fuel, right? If I buy fuel, will it save? Maybe. Oh, it's cheap here. It's only 4. Let's save. Yeah, okay, that saved it. And then I don't get stuck in conversation. But yeah, where do I want to go next? I have to plan that out. Nemba, I need to get Nemba. That's one that's... important. Get the ray from Holmes Rock. So yeah, that'll be on the way back from getting Nimba. Okay, yeah, Nimba's next, and then that Carmen. Where's Carmen anyway? Hold on a second. Just out of curiosity. Way over there. Okay, it's far away. Through past the hollow. So yeah, I'll have to do a loop around this way, and then I'll come back that way. But yeah, I just need to loop around to these stations all over again. Got my one tracked. That's gonna be it for me. So thanks for watching. Have a good night, good day, whatever's for you, and see you next time. Same time, same place. Tomorrow for not quite the final. I don't think I could finish tomorrow, but I'm close. I think I'll have to do another day, either Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday, just to finish this off. Maybe 2, depending on how much more is left, but at least one extra, which I'll do just to finish off, and then next week I will switch over to Pragmata, because that looks amazing. Looks like it's supposed to be really good. So I look forward to that. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.